Hi Lauren, I hear that you are very excited about learning Sugar Plum, which makes me so happy. We are definitely going to learn a lot more of it today so that you can dance Sugar Plum all around your Christmas tree. Which means that for your ballet bar today, it's going to be pretty abbreviated. We'll probably do about half of a bar. I'm gonna skip around a little bit, but I would encourage you, if you have a moment or you're feeling like you just want a ballet bar, to go back and look at one of those older videos of your ballet class. I guess potentially the last one we did, so that you can get a full bar sometime if you're feeling like it. But I want to make sure that we have plenty of time for Sugar Plum. So let's go ahead and get started. We're just gonna jump right in. You already know these combos, so we'll start with our plies and move on from there. All right, first position, here we go. Big reach into the bar. Fourth position. And reaching into your bar again. Forward, back last time. And rise up to your Susu. Nice tight fit. Bring those arms up. Push it off. And finish. All right. That's a nice long plie song. All right, let's go into the other side. First position. Nice and stacked and lifted. Here we go. Following the hand, looking into the palm, like there's something written there. Folding forward, back. On to your second. Making sure earlobes are stacked over shoulders, over ribs, over hips, over knees, over ankles. And none of that changes as the arms come overhead. And onto roll. And finish. Alright. Okay, Lauren, we're going to jump right into dégagé. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plie, jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plie, jump. 3, 3, 1, 1, jump, 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 jump. Really thinking about those tips of toes, right? We're gonna really keep drilling that really ferocious foot feeling because these dégagés later become your jeté or frappé, either way. Uh-oh, that's not what we wanted. There we go. Try this. Perfect. Here we go. First position. Really pointing those toes. Plie. There, 2. 2. Plie. 1, 2, plie. 1, 1. Jump, 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 jump. Alright. That's a quick one. So as you're taking those dégagés, all the times you're going to be doing this video over the next couple of weeks, however much you think you are pointing your toes as much as you possibly can, see if you can find another centimeter, okay? So really pushing the limits. Oftentimes there's a little more in there than we think. Okay, let's take our fondue. So melting and extending, melting, extending, melting, extending, melting, extending, and we will go ahead and balance in passe for today on that guy. Here we go. Trying to arrive at the same time in both legs. Your susu. Nothing changes. You can even put this hand on the hip. Just lifting from the inner thigh here, making sure that hip doesn't move. And finding your balance. Other side. Finding your susu. And drawing up from the inner thigh. Checking your stack. Close. And finish. Oh, perfect timing. All right. Okay. So I know we're blowing through this pretty quickly, but hopefully you'll be warm by the time we start sugar plum. We're going to go into our leg swings. So starting with the tendu to the back, swinging attitude front, back, 5, 6, 7. Quick soutenu into the other side. Okay? Ha, yes, perfect. Okay. Here we go. 7, right, that's it for bar today. That flew by. But we are going to take your jetés in the center again, so we can talk about them a little bit. They're looking lovely, especially, well, I guess I'll be in the room, hold on. Especially for someone who is just learning them. So, we're going to take those 8 jetés moving forward again. And your working leg, which is the one that is in coupe, is looking fantastic, okay? There could be a little more point in those toes, okay? I really want you to think of it being like punctuation, right? If we could say that your brush were a sentence, it should end with an exclamation point, okay? So that aggressive in your toes. But what we really, really need to look at here is your supporting leg, or the leg that you're landing on, okay? So, and that switches back and forth a lot, right? So what's happening here, I'm getting this nice thing here, but then it's turning in a little bit so that by the time we land, this is beautifully turned out because you're thinking about it, I can see that. But this one is a little bit turned in. So we have to think even turnout on both sides. Remember the heart-shaped booty, okay? So when you brush this leg, you want to brush right along the line that you're making in your 5th, okay? So if this is your 5th position and your toes are pointing off this way, you want that leg to follow the same diagonal. And think of the heel and the inner thigh coming forward, and don't lose that when you land. So every time you land, thinking of the heart-shaped booty, okay? That's quite a bit to think about. So let's just try with that. Really thinking about exclamation point toes, heart-shaped booty every time. A great way to check whether or not you're landing evenly turned out is whether or not this diamond shape you're making is knees evenly pointing out to the side, okay? So you want to be here and not here. See how that looks very different? Looks more like a flag instead of a diamond, okay? All right, let's find some jeté music. Lots of pirouettes. See how this is. Okay, we're gonna do them a little more briskly this week, all right? Because I think you're ready and you've clearly been working on them. Now you just gotta really, even though we're taking it faster, don't forget those pointed toes, don't forget the turnout. Okay, here we go. Hands on hips, shoulders down. Okay, shake that out. We're gonna try it again one more time. And you'll notice that because I'm keeping my turnout in my supporting leg, I'm not moving forward and back very much, right? Because I'm just replacing the front. It's almost like we're making a 5th position with 3 feet, if we had 3 feet, okay? Because this one is brushing, landing right in front of that one instead of taking a big step forward. And part of being able to do that is keeping our turnout. Okay, here we go, one more time. And remember, you can always slow these down if you need to. Here we go. Okay. Now you're probably wondering why we learned those and then I didn't teach it to you in the sugar plum variation. I think your mom probably told you that I had a little brain fart last week and taught you kind of the wrong order, but it all still applies for sugar plum. I blame Wicked because she was being a distracting monster last week, but let's review the beginning as we know it, and then I will tell you where I made my little boo-boo and we should have had that jeté and done some different things. So we're starting over here in this corner, foot back. Remember, we have our preparation, and down, 2 little fairy walks, 1 big arabesque, parallel bourrée to our plie, up, up, out, beat, beat, down, parallel bourrée, oops, sorry, parallel bourrée, up, up, out, beat, beat. And from here we have our little pas de bourrée. That is all true. Nothing about that changes. But instead of going straight into repeating that, we have a little something else that comes in between. And that is a jeté. So with your right foot or your upstage foot that's closest to the back, it's in this 5th, just like you've been doing. You're going to brush, jeté. Okay? So from here, brush, jeté. Now, let's take this first with our hands on our hips. This is kind of hard, okay? I'm going to piqué back. So this leg's going to stretch, bump, sorry, bump. I'll show you that one more time a little bit better. It's going to stretch back, back, yes. So, you know, we've been doing those little beat, beat outs here. It's a similar feeling. It's just staying up, staying up, staying up, okay? And we have 4 of those. So we just did our jeté over and out, 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 okay? So this is like a little, every time we're coming through a coupe in both of those things. So think of making triangles with either foot. Kind of a weird coordination. One more time, a little bit slower. So I'm here, I just jetéed over. It's already in coupe. Sending it back, coupe out, coupe out, coupe out, coupe out, if that makes any sense, okay? But the cadence is not even, right? So we're going out and out. Ooh, as I slide across the floor. Okay, so jeté over, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Let's add our arms. Jeté over. From here, arms are going to, this arm's going to come to second, this arm's going to come low, out, out, oops, that was weird, out, and then this downstage arm is going to come way up to high 5th, out. That's your last one, okay? Last big thing, and then we're gonna try it all. So we just did out, 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 last one, out. And if you want to gradually move that arm up, you may, or you can just boom, big punctuation on the 4th one. So last one's here. Set that foot down. This can come back to coupe, but I'm going to switch my hips so that this right hip that's facing the downstage is going to face the upstage. I'm going to come big coupe position, and this is an écarté. I'm not sure we've done these before. Écarté is a sideline, but the toe is reaching toward the corner. Écarté means thrown wide apart. So it's going to look something like that, okay? My hips are square to this corner, my toe is facing this corner, and same arm as leg is going to come up, and I'm gonna look up into my palm, okay? So we just did here, change the hips, up. Oh, and there's a releve. That's only if you like, okay? So you can just take here, up as you're learning, or big plie, all the way up on your toe, pas de bourrée, okay? You see how I'm falling toward that foot a little bit. So here, up, fall, and now I'm ready to go right into what we already know, okay? Let's try all of that with music. If I can find the song. this over to you because we know it's terribly quiet. Sorry the speaker was like in the frame last time. Okay. Here we go. Goodness, I think I messed up a lot. Hold on just a sec. That'll help being able to hear the music. Okay, let's try again. Hopefully you didn't make the mistakes I made. Here we go. Yes, we just go straight into it. Silly me. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, there is a word. Sorry. It's having a moment. So every time we start with that bourrée, yes, in both directions. Okay, here we go. Maybe one of your assignments can be to let me know how you feel about how quick that little section is, because we can easily take that second bourrée out of there and make your life a little bit easier. Anyway, moving on, hopefully. So we just did our last little pas de bourrée. Okay, from here, which means that your right foot is in back. So from here, I'm just going to piqué in attitude derrière. So this is the position that you're making to the back in your leg swings, okay? That nice bent, wrapped position. You want to imagine that there's a big tree behind you and you're trying to wrap your leg around it, or more realistically, a dance partner. You've probably seen that if you've watched some partnering videos, right? They do all those turns and then they, boom, wrap their leg around their partner. So it has this very spirally feeling, okay? So my back attitude is going to be facing the upstage corner first. Now, this is a little tricky because we're going to be turning, we're going to be rotating toward the right, okay? And that means that the facing is going to be different for your attitude every time. The way to remember what foot to step on or what direction to be in is that you are always open to the audience, which is this way, remember, okay? Your leg is open to the audience or closest to the audience, and then the same arm's leg is reaching forward. So upper body's closed, lower body's open. So I'm here, I'm gonna piqué onto my right leg, send my left leg behind me, piqué, step, step. Now I'm going to piqué onto my left leg, Send my right leg back because I want to be open to the audience in the legs and closed in the arms. PK. Step. Step. One more just as you did the first time. PKing on the right, sending the left back. PK. And then you're going to walk around yourself and prepare. So right foot front, arms nice and open, okay? So again, we just finished here. You have PK, step, step. PK, step, step. PK, walk around yourself and prepare. You see my hips are square to the corner, but my upper body's slightly spiraled to this other downstage corner, okay? Hopefully that doesn't feel too crazy. Let's try that. You're gonna have plenty to work on over the next 2 weeks. Here we go. Executive decision. Sorry, my pants are falling down. My leotard's slippery and my pants are falling down. We're gonna take that second bore out. I just think it's too quick since we're just learning, and you'll be able to get it a lot more cleanly without that there. So what that means is, yes, we'll start with this, okay? But we'll go into this beat, pas de bourrée, out. You're ready to go right into your beat, okay? Just for now, we'll see how you feel about it, okay? So let's try that. One more time. Here we go. Teach you this next part, even though it means we're going to go slightly over. You can always feel free to stop if you need to stop at the 30-minute mark, but I'm here and you actually know how to do these things. They're precipitates, just like what you did in the Summer Fairy solo, but with the opposite leg, okay? So I'm here with my right foot extended. I'm going to go brush with the left, then brush with the right, brush with the left, then brush with the right, okay? Hopefully that feels a little familiar, though it might feel strange on the other side. My arms are going to swim up and forward and up and forward. So a little bit like a reverse backstroke, I guess. I know nothing about swimming, so from here we go. Brush, 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 sue, sue. This is a little bourrée, bourrée, bourrée. I'm going to flick my back foot behind me and send my arms in that direction too. Flick, bourrée, bourrée. Now we go front foot, flick, okay? So we went precipitate, sue, precipitate, susu, bore, bore, flick, bore, bore, flick, 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 lower, kind of like a little pas de bourrée, okay? And we're gonna do that twice. Here, brush, brush, up, brush, brush, up, flick, flick, and then from here, those arms can just open, open, lower. Then we're gonna take it again. Up, up, susu, up, up, susu, bore, flick, back reach, bore, flick, front reach, open, open, just coupe, coupe, coupe back, coupe front. Okay, that's all we're gonna learn today. Let's try the whole thing and then we will call it a day. Thanks for going over with me, Lauren. I just really wanted us to get to that part because now we're more than halfway through, which means hopefully you'll have the whole sugar plum variation learned by Christmas at least, or at least shortly thereafter. All right, I hope that was fun. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye, Lauren.